Hi there, these comments are for OS, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at OTCOnlineTOEFLcourse.com. All right, so let's see, you're doing integrated speaking practice. Okay, so let's take a look here. I have the actual rubrics right in front of me here. I'm going to kind of see how yours measures up according to the standards ETS has set for speaking. Here we go.
According to the article, the university is going to prohibit students and faculty staff from using their cell phones during the classes in order to improve the studying process. In the conversation between two students, one of them believes that the new policy is completely a bad idea because it's too strict. However, the second student thinks that this policy will benefit students a lot. First of all, the first student points out that he's concerned because he won't be able to receive an important call. For example, when his boss will contact him, or in the case of an emergency on campus, the students also might need to use their cell phones. On the other hand, the second student thinks that it would be easier for him to focus on his studying and he won't be distracted by others during his lectures.
All right, thank you. So, what does this mean? Let's take a look here. Near the end of the response, you ran into some what I call problems with pacing. You had some pacing issues, you had a few pronunciation problems. For the most part, you seem to have a pretty good response. Be careful that you don't try to do every single thing. If you try to say every single thing in the reading and the listening passage, you end up not being able to finish and you feel like you're rushed. So you are summarizing, right? You're summarizing the ideas, you're focusing on the most important points from the reading and the listening passage. Okay, let's listen to it one more time.
According to the article, the university is going to prohibit students and faculty staff from using their cell phones during the classes.
Okay, now if you want, you can create a short introduction that can frame the main points from the reading and the listening passage. It maybe sounds a little like this. You might say the reading passage introduces a new announcement about cell phone use on campus, and in the listening passage, the speaker reacts to that new notice. So, for more information on how to structure this kind of response, go to the integrated speaking section of my course, and I think it's Integrated Speaking Strategies Lesson Number 1. That'll give you some ideas on how you can organize integrated task 2, 3, and 4. So you can kind of see some example outlines. But remember, don't copy exactly what you see at my website when you practice. You want to create your own outline of how you can answer these types of questions.
In order to improve the studying process, in the conversation between two students, one of them believes that the new policy is completely a bad idea.
So you need to have a topic there, but in the conversation, the one of the speakers reacts to the new notice. Say something like that, and that's more of a topic, right? And then you go to your details after that.
Because it's too strict. However, the second student thinks that this policy will benefit students a lot.
Good. And that's a good choice of the word however, because that shows a direct contrast between the two speakers' ideas. So very effective use of the transition word there to show the connection of ideas.
First of all, the first student points out that he's concerned because he
Now, when you use the word points out, you want to pronounce that P with a little bit more air. Points out that.
won't be able to receive an important call. For example, when his boss will contact him, or
His boss will contact him. No, will contact him.
in the case of an emergency on campus, the students also might need to use their cell phones. On the other hand, the second student thinks
Now, see, it's just awkward how you're doing that. You got speaker one, speaker two, speaker one, speaker two. Making all those transitions is very, very difficult to do, even for the most skilled speaker. Why not just state let's say that speaker one has a certain opinion for A, B reasons, or A, B, and C reasons, right? State what the opinion is of speaker one, right? Once you get done with that, then state what the opinion is of speaker two. And that way you don't have to go back and forth. It's a little easier to just mention the first speaker, maybe in 15 or 20 seconds, then mention the second speaker in 15 or 20 seconds. Then conclude your response.
That it would be easier for him to focus on his studying and he won't be distracted by others during his lectures.
Okay, so let's take a look here. I think you're in the 3 range. I'm going to put you at about 3.0 out of 4, 23 points out of 30. You did have some problems. You had a few delivery problems, as I pointed out. I think you can probably make a few improvements with your topic development as well. But overall, I think it's a pretty good response. All right, so just remember what I said. The same thing goes with when you do integrated writing practice, right? When you structure those body paragraphs, instead of going reading one, then listening, then back to reading, then back to listening, when you go to the second paragraph, state the main point, reading point number one, maybe in half of that paragraph, and then state listening point one in the rest of that paragraph. So you don't have to keep going back and forth. It'd be much easier for your transitions. You'll have fewer transitional changes in the speaking and the writing tasks if you follow my recommendation. All right, and thank you for doing this practice test.